What would be different in my life if I wasn't a surrogate? Oh my God, everything. Literally down to my career, everything would be different. Who I am as a person would be different. I feel like I'm a whole different person on the other side of this experience. I consistently say that there's nothing that will grow your heart in empathy and love quite like a surrogacy journey will. You're gonna learn how to love people that you don't know and love on them in a way that you didn't even know you were capable of. My name is Morgan Gray. I'm 25 years old. I'm married and we have one daughter. She's so sweet. We're from St. Louis, Missouri, and we went through a surrogacy journey last year. The general response I got when I told people about surrogacy was excitement and support. There were some people in my life that struggled with the idea of it, just using that opportunity to really explain and to educate the people in my life who were not familiar with the surrogacy process. That was a lot of fun because ultimately they ended up being like, oh, actually, yeah, that is pretty cool. I didn't realize. My husband was really excited when I first brought up the idea of surrogacy. I mean, he had a lot of questions. He had never thought about it before, and so that was kind of an interesting conversation to have with him, but he ended up really being on board and excited about the whole process. Ultimately, he was like, you know, whatever you want to do, I'm going to support you. He was wonderful. When we started matching, I knew that I really wanted to work with a married couple that had struggled with infertility because I thought for my husband and I, we might be able to connect with them the best. And I really felt like my agency heard me in that. And the very first profile they gave me, I mean, it was an instant match. My intended mother had lost 2 babies after 20 weeks. Her body just spontaneously aborted them for some reason. And so she was just sobbing, telling me about this journey that they had been through. Her and her husband are both just crying on the phone. And it was interesting because I went into it with all these like happy feelings, like rainbows and butterflies, like surrogacy is going to be incredible. And I didn't even take into account the fact that I was going to be working with like other people who have been on a journey prior to meeting me. And it was so cool to see how much hope they were filled with just getting to talk with a surrogate because they had been waiting for this for so long. My IPs sent me so many gifts. My love language is not gifts, but my intended mother was consistently sending me flowers and so many chocolates. I literally was like, please stop sending me chocolates. I'm gonna gain weight. And she was like, it's good for the baby. Our journey ended with a really hard pregnancy loss. It was very hard to go through a pregnancy loss because that was not something I'd experienced before. And even doing it secondhand, it was almost kind of worse because I knew how much the parents wanted a baby. It was all they wanted. They were so excited, and we were actually going in for an ultrasound, and they were ready to like FaceTime in, and even though she was all the way in California and I was in Colorado, I could feel it for her. I could feel that she would just, I don't know, she'd been through it so many times. And I just wanted this for her so bad. It was hard. But I'm thankful for every moment of it, the good and the bad. I feel like I'm a better person for it. And I'm excited to do it again. And I would do it all over again. The loss, the good moments, the bad moments. I feel like it's all made me who I am today. And I think walking through hard things sometimes just grows you as a person, and I'm thankful for that. I'm excited for them as they continue in their journey and rooting for them so hard from a distance. And I'm so hopeful they'll finally get their baby, whatever path they might take. I want them to have that baby, whatever that looks like. And I'm excited for them. It did kind of remind me why I want to work in this world and help people who are struggling with infertility, because it was not something I'd been through. And now I get to speak to that with my friends who have gone through infertility or pregnancy loss or miscarriage. And I can really empathize with them in a way that I couldn't before I went through my surrogacy journey. And so it kind of just reminded me of why I'm here and why I want to do this. If I hadn't found Surrogacy Is, I don't know if I would have moved forward with surrogacy. Sometimes when there's too much information or I don't really know where to start, I will back away from things. And so I was really thankful for just having the whole process laid out. This is the first step, second step, and then feeling like I had somebody to help walk me through that. It was so life-changing, all of it, from the very first moment, and just getting to connect with these people that I had never met before. I'm so excited to do that again, and to grow another relationship and have another set of friends out there in the world that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm very excited to do surrogacy again. I think surrogacy is incredible because it's so mutually beneficial, both to these intended parents or intended parent who wants a baby, and to the surrogate who wants to change her own family's life. We also were able to take our daughter to Disney World for her 2nd birthday, and that was so much fun and so special, and she still talks about it. For anyone considering surrogacy, I would say absolutely do it. Answer the phone when your advocate calls you. Ask the hard questions. You're not going to be the same person at the beginning of the journey as you are in the end of your journey. Absolutely do it.